Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillahi nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alaihi. Wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam tabaraka wa sallama tasliman kasiran kasira amma ba'd. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa man ahsanu qawlan mimman da'a ila Allah wa amila salihan wa qala innani minal muslimin. My dear brothers and respected elders and sisters, if everyone is asked as to what he wants to be or to become in this world, so everyone will answer, I want to become a good person and a successful person. What it means by a successful person? A person who is able to obtain whatever he or she has wanted to have, or to attain status, whichever he or she has wanted to have. A status means a good status, and able to obtain anything that he or she wants in this world. That's basically the answer for everyone in this world when each of them is being asked as to what they want to be or to become a person who is living in this world. Mean to be able to obtain anything that they wish to have, and to be able to attain any status, a high status or position that he and she has wanted to have. One is able to have everything that they want. Second, to attain a high status, which everyone in this world tend to believe to be the epitome of success. So everyone is working, trying to attain whatever they want to have, and to attain a high status within the community or the society, or status in the country, in the whole world. Some people, are able to become actors and actresses of renowned, in the world. Is renowned in the world. So they thought is a very high status. Or a leader of the world, of a country, renowned to the world. Because this is associated with the ability to be able to obtain whatever they wish to have in this world. Big house, big car, plenty of food, able to go around the world as they please. So these are the answer, the wishes that everyone is having to have a very good life in this world, because they only believe, almost all the people in this world believe their life is only in this world, not in the hereafter. For those who believe the life is only in this hereafter will say so. they will want to have whatever they wish to have in this world and a high status in the society, the community, to be regarded as a person of success. Person of success is a person who is able to obtain whatever they want, you know. A person who is a failure or poor, disgrace, is a person who is unable to obtain anything that they want to have in this world. Even if they work very hard, they will not be able to get. So these are the people who are in the lower status, able to become, you know, a farmer or a worker in a company, to work simple job. That is a lower status, which correlate to inability to obtain whatever they want to have in this world. So these are the epitome of failure. Like Rashidi, is in the lowest echelon, the lower rank, working as a rider. All those working as rider, working as police, working as soldier, teacher, this is all the lower. But Rashidi is very low, rider. And it's correlate with the inability to obtain whatever he wants. He cannot have a big house, he don't even have a house, he don't even have a car. Yeah. He cannot send his schools, his children to good schools. Cannot, you know, go here and there. So that whatever places he wants to visit in this world, he hardly gone anywhere. Unless people sponsor him. With his own money, he's almost nothing. He has no money in the bank, except for a few dollars. So he is a symbol of failure. No one wants to become like him. What it means in the lower scale, in the most lower scale, not able to obtain whatever you wish to have, and definitely will be in the lower rank in the community, or in the lower status, like Sufyan. Although he doesn't realize he's in the lower rank, and he is, but the proof is he's in the lower rank, he is not able to obtain whatever he wants to have. Isn't it so? He wants a big house, but he can afford only to have a flat on the 4th story, you know. What floor?
5th story.
On the 5th story. Rashidi can't even have a house. So everyone is looking this as a benchmark of success. Able to obtain whatever you want to have. It's a benchmark of success. And that goes with the rank within the society. Usually the people on the upper ranks, upper scale, are the people who are able to obtain whatever they wish to have. The people in the lower rank, in the low jobs, like Azri, are the people who will not be able to have whatever they want to have, and that is what is known by the entire people of this world as a people of failure. So nobody wants to become a people of failure, so they work hard in order to come to the higher rank, in order to be able to obtain whatever they want to have. But some fail, some are able to reach to that level with the grace of Allah. But Allah sometimes make them to reach that level doesn't mean Allah love them. Allah is testing them. The world is a place where we are tested. Many people wanting to have whatever they want to have in this world. Allah give them and give them high ranks. But that doesn't mean he is a successful person in the eyes of Allah. Although in the eyes of the people they are successful. And the people whom Allah do not give whatever they want to have, and they are in the low rank, doesn't mean he is a people of failure. What people understood as success is not in the eyes of Allah as the true people of success. They have derived a wrong conclusion about what is success, what is failure, because they derive the conclusion out of what they know, and they see, and they hear, and men are very limited in its ability to see, ability to hear, ability to experience. So whatever conclusion that they derive as a symbol of success or failure is a total false. And whoever follow that, whoever follow that understanding of being a successful person or a person of failure is also a person of total loss. So what the Prophet of Allah is trying to do, I'm not the Prophet of Allah, but I'm the representative of the Prophet Muhammad want to do is to persuade you, not to make you, to persuade you to the best of his ability, not to accept these notions of success and failure, to persuade you that he may be able with the grace of Allah, or he may not be able. He is not within his power. What I'm trying to do as representative of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as a representative or Prophet of Allah, is to persuade you, to convince you. Try to convince you, not able to convince you, that notions of success and failure is complete falsehood. And it is difficult to do that job because men are sticking to their belief so much so, to that wrong belief, they stick to it so hard. They don't like to be persuaded, to be convinced to the correct belief. That the belief is success and failure doesn't depend on your ability to be able to obtain whatever you want and having a high stage of belief, but it correlates with your belief and good actions. With your belief and belief correlate with good action, good belief. So success and failure relate to good actions or bad action. Success relates to good action, failure relates to bad actions or evil action. This is the truth. Not with wealth, not with status. So lecture after lecture, persuasion after persuasion, either individually or collectively, the Prophet of Allah talk to the people the truth, but very few from among whole people in the world will agree to him. Some refuse to agree, not willing to adopt the new version of success and failure. Success and failure doesn't depend on material things, on your status in this world, but it depends on your actions. So the whole entire message of Allah in the Quran is telling this, is about this. Nothing. Keep on repeating, telling. Those who have faith in Allah and have good deeds. When Allah says those who believe in Allah with good deeds, He never say those who have faith in Allah only. But faith in Allah and good deeds. That means they have faith in Allah to the level, at least, to the level which Allah even more. With that belief, that person can harness good deeds. So that's why it's always mentioned good deeds. Of course, we cannot see the belief, but good deeds are related to correct belief. But we cannot see the correct belief. Sometimes the deeds look like good deeds, but it's not good deeds because it lacks sincerity, and nobody knows either you are sincere or not in doing the deeds except Allah. So, even those who are doing good deeds sometimes are not able to know whether I'm really doing a good deeds or not. Except Allah knows. But I'm just telling you that good deeds mean the deeds which are done in the way which Allah loves and with the intention to please Allah. The way Allah loves is the way Muhammad SAW. These are the correct versions of success and failure. This is the correct belief that we should have, not the other one. Success and failure doesn't correlate with material wealth and status. It correlates with good actions. And good actions are harnessed from a correct belief towards Allah. So, my dear brothers, all the while I'm talking to you, or I'm writing in my tafseer, all lingers around these points. It doesn't deviate from this. Throughout the interpretation of the Quran, it goes back to this point. The Quran is telling sometimes stories of people of failure like Fir'aun, Qarun, Namrud, and these people are people of high status and having abundance of wealth. They are kings. What status you want more than to become a king? And definitely Fir'aun, Namrud able to obtain whatever they wish to have of the material things of this world. But Allah has told us they are not the people of success, they are the people of failure. Complete failure. Fir'aun will be punished severely in the hellfire. Similarly, Namrud, Qarun, Shaddad, and the people of success been mentioned repeatedly are the prophets of Allah, the doers of good deeds. And the Prophet of Allah and the doers of good deeds. So those who don't read Quran, don't understand it, will not be able to have this correct belief. They are only seeing the world, hearing words from the people of the world, experiencing only things in the world. So definitely they will not come to this belief that success correlates with good actions and good deeds. They will never. It's a very simple thing to be able to know and to remember and to believe actually. But because of not reading the Quran daily and understanding its points and not obeying what Allah has ordered in the Quran. No? Again and again Allah is talking about inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil. Whole Quran. That's a work given to all the prophets of Allah and given to those who follow the prophets. You have to invite people to Allah. Invite people to good, prevent people from evil. These are main bulk of the Quran. Of course, Allah mentioned our prayer, zakat, hajj. But that's not the main bulk. The main bulk of the order of Allah, which keep on repeatedly mentioned in the Quran, is the work of the prophets. The stories of the prophet keep on emerging in the Quran from time to time. Prophet Musa was mentioned in the Baqarah, also mentioned in all other surah, all other prophets of Allah. What they are doing, other than doing the work of inviting people to Allah or inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil, nothing other than that. That orders of Allah are neglected by people who don't understand the Quran. So in Shaitan, in order to make the people not to understand the Quran, they put the impression that to read the Quran is sufficient. You need to understand the Quran. To read the Quran with tajweed is of paramount importance. To say the words of the Quran properly is so pertinent for everyone to learn. They focus on how to read the Quran properly. They don't focus in what is being told by Allah in the Quran. They don't. They're not interested. They're only interested in reading the Quran and reading it properly, and saying that if you don't read it properly, your salat will not be accepted. You must read it properly. So concentration is given by this. So to this, because this is the work of Shaitan. The work of Shaitan is not to make us to obey the orders of Allah, which are mentioned in the Quran. You can read Quran, Shaitan say, I'm not worried about it, but I do not want you to understand and to be able to obey what is mentioned in the Quran. So if you are not willing to obey the greatest order of Allah, which are given to all the prophets of Allah, that all the people who follow the prophets of Allah should also do that work, then you will never be able to obey all the orders of Allah which is mentioned in the Quran. It is logical, because when you don't obey the great order, you will not be able to obey the small order. Not like money. If you want, you cannot buy the good car. You can buy the small car. That is money. But in Islam, in Quran, that's not applied. That means if you have weak iman, it's okay. You can follow the small order. But if you follow the small order and you don't follow the big order, the small order which you have obeyed will not be correct, because it will lack sincerity. You can say, I'm not able to do the work of inviting people to Allah with the sacrifice of my time and life, but I can do small things. I can clear the pathway out of debris. I can do things like smile at people, like waiting for material things. I don't have money. I can buy small things. I can buy small car. I can live small house. I'm not able to live in big house. That's okay. But not in orders of Allah. If you don't have a great iman, even the small deeds that you do will not be accepted. You waste your time. So in terms of the order of Allah, in terms of iman, you cannot have a weak iman. Like it's okay for you to have a small amount of money. It's not okay. You must have the level of iman, at least, to the level which Allah is pleased. Minimum. The more iman than that, this is the better. Allah didn't say you must have money at least to the level which Allah is pleased. Allah is not pleased. How much money you have, million, trillion, Allah will never be pleased with you, because it's not useful, useless. Things of the world are not the same as action, good action and bad action. If you completely do not have iman, even the small action will not be correct, will not become your good deeds. There's no way except to obtain strong iman, to the level which Allah is pleased. That is not easy to achieve, unless you do the great order of Allah, the first order of Allah. Telling that it's okay, I'm not doing the work of dawah, I'm doing only the small one, fasting, talking good things, smiling, laughing. I don't hurt people, I don't do harm to people. You think that is okay? It's not okay. Even that good things that you think you have done is not a good thing, evil things. Because naturally, if you have no iman, you cannot do it the way Allah is pleased, and you cannot do it with sincerity. In order to be able to attain, to be able to do deeds, even the small deeds, in the way Muhammad Sallam, with the intention of Allah, you must have at least the level of iman, the minimum, which Allah is pleased, and that person is known as the true believers. They are known as the true believers. How much iman you need to become true believer is quite difficult to obtain, It's not easy. Like many of you are unable to become a true believer good deeds. You were able to attain, and after a while it drops. You still become a believer, because you may lose your iman. You may gain and you may also lose. It's very easy to lose than to gain iman. But material wealth is easy. Because if you are destined to become rich, you will be rich. But Allah do not make any person destined to have a strong faith in Allah. You are destined. No matter whether you like it or not, you will become true believer. No. But wealth, if you have been destined in Allah, has made you to become rich and a king of a country, you will become. You don't need to make much effort. But if you are not destined, you will not become, even you work so hard. But not in terms of iman and good. It purely depends as to whether you make the correct struggle, the correct effort or not. Like some of you thinking that it's easy, so I can only do touch and go. When I go for guys, I just simply say whatever I've been told to say, but not in my heart. I do not want to sacrifice my time more than what is requested, and my wealth. I just do it for the sake of doing. Better than nothing. And that is wrong. You cannot do like that. You must do it so that you will reach that level of iman. Not very high, but quite difficult to attain. It's for those people who are not struggling, doing the work of inviting people to Allah, most likely they are not able to attain, the status of the true believer of good deeds. I do not know, but I can ask Allah, if you do since you're young until today, until you are old, but not the work of Muhammad SAW, You will never be able to obtain true believer status, true believer good deeds. Because you are not doing the work of prophets. If you are thinking you are doing, but you are not doing it properly. So since you have me, I can ask Allah whether you have or not. I can tell you, are you a true believer of good deeds or not? Of the lower level. I've told you, some of you, that you are true believer of good deeds of the lower level. Failing to safeguard your iman, you drop to become only believer. Failing to safeguard your iman, you finally have no iman. I've told you that you are not a person with iman, only a person who have entered Islam, isn't it? At one time. But you don't worry. When I say you only a person who have entered Islam with no iman, or your iman is very weak, or you have lost your status as true believer of the good deeds, you don't worry. I look at your face, you're still able to smile and laugh, eat and drink and work as usual. So it doesn't worry you, because you think you are very much, having the belief that success doesn't correlate with good action, but success correlates with material wealth. You have so much love of this worldly world, to the extent that my persuasion for you to become the true believers good deeds have reached failure. I'm not able to persuade you, not able to convince you. So I'm done my job. But you are the one who will suffer in the day of Akhirat, when you will be thrown into the hellfire for not becoming the true believer good deeds. Because I'm only able to persuade, to try, but it is not my work to make you a good believer and with the good deeds. It's the work of Allah. My work is only to remind you, to tell you, to guide you. But if you are not willing to be guided, not willing, then it's your choice. And you have to be thrown into the hellfire, not me. So my dear brothers and respected elders, this is only the time when we have to change from person who believe in the worldly thing to the person who believe in Allah and having good action. If you don't do it now in this worldly life, and if you die as a person who believes that success correlates with material wealth and status, you surely will be dumped into the hellfire. Then there's no action able to make you to be returned back to this world. It's gone forever and ever. Today I received a news of a death of my friends who has struggled with me in the work of trying to alleviate this religion of Allah from the day when I was young. Today he died. The time for him has finished. The time for me has not yet finished. But whatever level of iman he has, he will carry with him. Unfortunately, when I leave the work of Jamaat Tabligh, he doesn't follow me. He remained with the work of Jamaat Tabligh and died today as a shura of Jamaat Tabligh. I'm not. I've left the work of Jamaat Tabligh a long time ago. I'm not belonging to them, either Saadi or Alami. I belong to the work of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the work that invite everyone of the entire mankind. Either he has recited the kalima or not, have not recited the kalima. If he has not recited the kalima, we have to go to them, invite them to recite the kalima. After he has recited the kalima, we must invite them to do the work, to obey the order of Allah. The first order of Allah, which make him to change his belief from belief in success relate to correlate material things and status in this world, to the belief that success correlates with good iman and correct action, then he will never be able to have good action. And that very work, the work that each and everyone have to do every day until the day when we die. Every day we must spend. If we are not in the path of Allah, we are in our locality, we must do the local work. At least you must not be only doing the minimum 45 minutes to 1.5 hours. You have to go to every roads, every lanes, see everyone. I mean, you should try to go every house. And if they have not recited the kalima, you must recite them the kalima. You must persuade them to recite the kalima. If they have recited the great kalima, you must remind them. In order for the great kalima to enter into your heart, to change your belief to the correct belief, you have to do the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil. Then you must go out to do the work in your city in a month, 3 to 5 days, and you must do the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people in your country, in every country of the world. So in a year you should spend 40 days, 20 days to 4 months. And this is the work which we have to do with the sacrifice. There is not even a day in our life where we do not do gash. Either we are in our locality or we are doing the work somewhere else in the world, in other parts of the world. These are the work which is missing in the life of each and every Muslim in this world, the so-called Muslim. Until and unless each and every one of us are doing this very work, we will not be able to attain the great iman, or the iman which are acceptable by Allah. When we are not able to attain that level iman, all our action will be evil deeds. And we are preparing ourselves to enter nothing else than the hellfire. Okay.